Hello, everybody. Hello, and
Hi.
welcome back to Anime Church. We worship the
We're a
cult of
thing.
nerd. That's the best way. The best way to say
Mm.
it. You can cosplay here. It's okay. It's safe. We don't mind. Yeah.
And you won't get bit or punched like at Anime Boston.
Oh shit. We need to talk
Unless
about
you
that
just
too.
want to be.
You want to talk about Anime Boston before we talk about Anime Expo? I forgot about the Anime Boston stuff. Oops.
I was only making a passing remark because I could not find articles and I was asked not to share anything I was sent.
Okay. Why? For legal reasons?
Yes.
DM me as to why, and we won't talk about it on the thing. Anyway, we do have a bunch of news. To be fair, though, a lot of stuff that is happening out there has already been put out publicly, so I don't know why it would not be okay to talk about the stuff that we have seen publicly. Behind the scenes stuff that we can't fully go into, but at least the public stuff, like they posted it on Facebook, my dude. That's on them.
That's the thing, I wasn't able to find anything on Facebook.
You weren't? Okay.
No. And nothing was found on Reddit. There were a couple YouTube videos about it that were taken down shortly after they got uploaded.
Okay, so confirmation. Did it or did it not happen?
One of
There
the
was?
videos was recorded at like 4:15 in the morning with the fire alarm still going off.
Okay, so
There is
that
no
that
Warren
confirmed to have
Buffett thing.
happened that. But I mean, like
Yes,
some stuff
but
has
that
been talked
that
about
got
publicly.
taken down.
Wait. So is Anime Boston trying to cover their butts here?
Probably.
I can't say yes or no because I have no confirmation.
No, I legit don't know. Okay, cool. Yeah, some crazy stuff is going on. But yeah, we got to talk about stolen art, AI art, Voltron, and L diving. But before we get into the news, just want to quickly say hello. Hello, everyone. My name is Richie Roberts, your Minister of Science and Technology.
Hello, I'm Moonlight Sparks, your Minister of Archaeology. Praise Arceus.
I'm Hoshi Nugget, the nun of nuggies.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm Fenner Saru, your patron saint of snackos and alcohol.
Oh, pass that shit over, by the way. I don't think I could do some of these topics sober, especially. Yeah, thank you. There we go.
I'll
That's
give you this
beautiful.
sake. I'm keeping.
No. Fenris, the thing that I'm appreciating the most is that you poured it in my teacup. That's what
Yes.
I love the most. That's the good shit.
Pinkies out, buttons up.
Yeah,
Heck
pinkies,
yeah.
pinkies out, butts out. Yeah. I mean, fat bottom boys also make the rock and roll go round. I'm just saying.
Mhm.
Just fat bottoms in general.
Yeah, exactly. Dead ass.
Oh, yes.
All right. Anyway, we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about, and it was. I just want to put this out there because I think this is kind of important. This is the most collaborative version of the show that we've had so far. Like, we literally got to sit down and talk a bit about like the different articles in here. So there's a little bit of everybody in this show, which is how I want it to be moving forward and how I hoped it would be earlier. So I definitely I like the little pre-show stuff that we did today and how engaged each of us were, even if we were going off topic a little bit. But like
A little
the stories
bit.
that we covered. Okay, I was trying to look. We're ADHD. They understand. That being said, though, we got a good amount of topics that I think everybody on the crew has a chance to like dive into and give their thoughts and opinions on. Huh. That being said, is there anything else we want to talk about before we dive directly into the news? Okay. Good talk, everybody. We did a cold read. We did a cold read yesterday for the Overlord Abridged. We said we were going to do it. We are doing it. Scripting looks good. I think we're going to start
good, guys.
casting. I think we're going to start casting relatively soon because there's not a lot of rework of much that we have to do to the script.
It's good stuff. Very good
I-
stuff.
I'm very happy
Very,
that
very
you
good
guys
stuff.
liked it and thought it was funny.
Very spicy meatball.
Spicy meatball.
doesn't
There's
like a
just a
spicy
few
meatball?
things that we have to get done, and like one or two more things in pre-production that we need to do, and then once that's done, casting and production begin. So, good news on that front. That's as far as I'm willing to go. But
Mm.
things are looking good, and we're having fun. That being said, those are your updates. Oh, AkaiCon is coming up, like in almost a month, like really soon. Like as of what is it tomorrow?
1 month and 1 day.
1 month and 1 day. Yeah,
Hooray!
we're a month and 1 day away from
Wait, no.
AkaiCon, and we
I'm
will
sorry,
have
1 month, 2 days.
Okay,
Starts on the 27th.
2 days, 1 month and 1 day, and I'll see you in the persons.
Well,
yeah!
1 month and you'll see me in person.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah!
It's 1 month or 1 month and 1 day. Which
1 month. I'm showing
Okay,
up on
1
the
month.
25th.
you're showing? Okay, so literally, okay, it is Christmas in the summer. Yeah,
Yeah!
it's an early Christmas. Fenris is coming to town. That being
Woo!
said, yeah, I will. If I have come hell or high water, I'm getting my AC fixed. I don't care if I have to fundraise like a motherfucker. I
Yeah.
will if I have to if I have to do 18 plus things on 18 plus websites, I'm getting my stuff fixed. Getting my
Everyone.
AC fixed.
For just $5.99, you too can help Richie get a new AC and stay cool this hot summer.
Oh, it's not me that I'm worried about. It's my passengers.
It's a hot boy summer.
I don't know if I look good enough to pull that off.
You said you would do anything.
Also true. Also true. No,
Car
so
wash,
the first
let's go.
so the first thing I got to do is get on the treadmill.
Get some Daisy Dukes. Do the car wash like montage.
I mean, for the content, that would work. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I think, what's his name?
But the problem
Meatloaf put
is,
it best when he said, "But I won't do that."
Yeah. I will say that if I were to do that, nobody could film it because like just the glare off of my pale ass would blind any kind of video footage. Like all you'd see is the bright shiny spot. Like, I'm far too pale. Yeah. That being said, yeah, I'd like to get some AC. But yeah, and AkaiCon coming up. One of the cool things that we wanted to have was a little chat with all of you that show up at our abridged panel. We are going to show a scene from episode 2 of Solo Leveling Abridged because we can do that. We've got that.
Whoop whoop.
So that being said, though, guys, it's already being worked on. We're having a lot of fun. We saw an early draft of the edit with more stuff added to it, and Moon and I very much enjoyed it. We thought it was pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That being said, yeah, let's get started with the show. And first up, the first thing up. Wait, where's the? Oh, I don't. There we go. Okay, cool. Why is it not showing up in the Newsy News thing? Oh, because that's news audio. I don't need news audio. I need the physical stuff. Okay. Okay. There we go. There's the actual article on screen now. I wanted to make sure we had that before it all disappeared. All right.
Mhm.
First story. Hoshi.
Mm.
You wanted it. You got it.
And you can have it.
No, you got it.
Sure.
I already said I was giving it to you before.
All right, boys and girls, and everything in between. Amazon dumps Henry Cavill's Voltron to streaming. No theatrical release. It's claimed the Henry Cavill live-action Voltron movie will go straight to streaming, skipping a theatrical release, which I think is BS because I think it should get one, but that's just me.
Well, if they turned it into a series, I wouldn't care.
True. The film is at Amazon Prime Studios, which did the same with Roadhouse, starring Jake
Jake Gyllenhaal,
Jake Gyllenhaal. That's how you say his name?
Yep.
Or
Yeah.
spell it?
Yeah.
Huh.
which was also a fantastic remake.
Yeah, Roadhouse was good. I was really impressed.
Promoting backlash from director Doug Lehman,
Mm-hmm.
who isn't returning for the sequel. Amazon plans streaming only release for Voltron, like Roadhouse. The news about Voltron going straight to streaming comes via The Wrap in its report how the Henry Cavill and Chad Stahelski.
Yeah, Stahelski.
Okay. Highlighter. Highlander movie is now at Amazon, and that Amazon is developing a lot of high-profile 80s properties as feature films, which includes the He-Man film. While no release date for Voltron has been set, principal photography, which began in December of 2024, wrapped recently in Australia. Despite Amazon's commitment to theatrical exhibition,
Mm-hmm.
Voltron is going straight to their Prime Video streaming service. Roadhouse, another resurrection of a cult 1980s IP, debuted exclusively on Prime Video and was a huge hit with a sequel directed by Richie.
Yep.
Currently, Richie, you never told. Currently in the.
Shh. They can't know right now. No.
Ah, I see. Do you want me to keep going?
All right. So the thing is, I think that's supposed to be like something that somebody put together for AI art of the Voltron suit, but like the symbol on there just reminds me of Captain Power, and I don't know if
I'm sorry, that to me that looks kind of like Mega Man.
a little bit because of the blue shades and stuff. I will
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
that.
So
Oh, go for it.
I was gonna say I want to hear more about this Highlander movie.
Stop.
Also, just a heads up. Chad Stahelski is the guy that was a stunt director for a bunch of films and ended up creating his own series of action movies. You know, little minor, small indie cult things called the John Wick franchise. Yeah. So yeah, he's kind of known. Also, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, there is a movie that if you have not seen it, I really, really encourage you to go see it. It's called The Fall Guy. It's really, really good. It's literally about a stuntman. The movie is about a stuntman, and it is absolutely a love letter to the stunt, to like the stunt crews on movies and stuff like that. All you need to know is that it has Ryan Gosling and oh god, I'm trying to remember her name.
Isn't it his wife?
No, it's not. No, that's not his wife. No. Okay. You remember the Odd Guys or whatever, the movie that had God, why am I suddenly blanking on everyone's name now? It's like my brain just like, oh, delete all names.
Elite.
Yeah, I know. So the dude from Elf, the actor that
Oh,
was the main guy in Elf.
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, thank you. And then the guy from Ted.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yes, Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg are both in this film as cops. They get home, and the woman that is playing his wife, that he's like is way too gorgeous to be this guy's wife.
Ava Mendes?
Ava Mendes is in fact Ryan Gosling's wife.
God damn that lucky bastard.
But no, no, the chick that was the director in The Fall Guy, that's John Krasinski's wife. I'm trying to remember her name. Why am I blanking on her name?
I always knew Jim would hit it big.
Well, I mean, they played the husband and wife in the movie where everybody has to be silent around the aliens. when they get
Yeah,
killed.
Quiet Place.
Yes,
think-
Quiet
no, not
Place.
Quiet Place.
Exactly, Quiet Place. And she was the mom. I can't remember her name for some reason. Like, again, all the names just disappeared on me. But yeah. The two of them, she was the director, and Jesus Christ. Why did names have to be the thing that just disappeared? Not Mark Wahlberg. We were just talking about him. I had his
Will
name.
Ferrell,
No.
Ryan Gosling.
Yes, Ryan Gosling. Thank you. I was stuck in the M's for some reason. But yeah, Ryan Gosling, Fall Guy, really good movie. Y'all should watch it. Thank you. Thank you, Apathy. I appreciate it. But yeah, that being said, I'm looking forward to that. I think this is a little sad in terms of news. I would have preferred if it had been made for theatrical release. Now, they do say later on it could be possible that the rap doesn't have the right info. But the director for Voltron, who recently was behind the big budget Red Notice film starring Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot, was developed and released directly on Netflix and not for theaters. I'm not saying that this is necessarily a bad thing for consumers, because, I mean, we watch a lot of streaming content. We do here. And it does make it easier for us to watch instead of having to go to a movie theater and spend ridiculous amounts of money. All right, I will say this. In defense of movie theaters, if they could get away with it, they would sell tickets for $3 a pop, because they don't make money off of ticket sales at movie theaters. Ticket sales, the majority of that box office money does not go to the theater. That goes to the studios. How movie theaters make their money is through concessions. That's how they make their money. And you know what?
And that's why you pay $15 for a small bag of popcorn.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. If I knew I was paying like $3 to see a movie, I would be more willing to drop my money at the concession stand. I absolutely would. But if I'm paying upwards of $20 for a movie ticket, and then another $20 to $25 on top for concessions,
And don't even get me started on the cost of fucking liquor while you're there.
and that's just one person, one ticket, by the way. Dude, if we could do that, whew, yeah, I think I'd be much more inclined to help support the theater. Absolutely. But yeah, so this does, in fact, I think, end up saving us, the consumer, a lot more money by going to the streaming side. But what do you guys think? Is this an omen of, like, oh, maybe this isn't good enough to be in theaters? Maybe they're dumping it on to streaming because it wasn't a good project, or like it's bad or something. That was my first thing when I heard this, and I was like, no, I want it to be good. Maybe it is good, and they just want to put it out on streaming. Who knows? But what are your thoughts about this? Starting with you, Hoshi.
I'm trying to like think of a good thing to say. I mean, I don't think
it's okay. If you've got bad
I-
things to say that too.
I mean, just from like, I wish they would like drop a trailer or something so we can kind of get a glimpse of like.
I think it's too early in development for them to drop a trailer yet. I don't know
Oh.
if principal photography is even
So-
done yet. So
I mean, so then that'd be kind of weird. I mean, maybe because it's such an slightly older thing from like, you know, like the 80s, they might not think that it's going to get enough revenue, enough need like I'm blanking on like proper words. They probably think they're not going to sell tickets, and a lot of people aren't really into like.
Oh, they don't
mech
think it's gonna
stuff.
pull enough box office.
Yeah,
Oh,
so they're
dude.
probably just stream it.
There are at least 2 generations now that have grown up with Voltron.
I mean, I know this, you know this, but they might not think it is because it could possibly
Studio
be geared
heads,
towards-
studio heads would not have greenlit this if they didn't think there was a chance. But also, I can see what you're saying at the same time. But
Yeah.
putting Henry Cavill in there, they did that on purpose to draw an audience.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. And we'll be talking about Henry Cavill a bit more later. By the way, quick update for Fat Dog. There will not be a Subnautica RP stream today. It's going to be Warhammer. So speaking of Henry Cavill. But yeah. I don't know, man. I'm hoping this isn't a bad thing. I'm hoping this turns out to be like I'm hoping the show or the movie is good. The film is good. It's just a lot harder when you take a series and turn it into a movie. If you're doing a movie that follows up on the story of a series, I think that works. But overall, I don't know. I was already kind of like, how are they going to do this originally because they're condensing such a rich story into a movie. Now, if they're just doing the origins of Voltron, that could work as a movie. Like if you're just taking content from like a couple episodes to make one good narrative story, that can happen. But I'm a little apprehensive when I see movie studios trying to cash in on big name stuff like Voltron and He-Man. I'm a little apprehensive, but also the cast for He-Man has just been making me smile each time I hear more about it. So I'm hoping that Voltron is kind of the same. Also, what Voltron are we getting? Are we getting the old OG 80s Voltron? Are we getting the the
Newer
20
Voltron?
teens Netflix era Voltron? Like,
Which was
or
still
is this
good.
a brand new type of Voltron? You know?
I'm still mad that they took it off Netflix.
They did?
Yeah, they took
Where's it now?
Nowhere.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, they had it nowhere else. It was only specifically on Netflix, and then they took it off.
Huh. Well,
Yep.
pirating sites being what they are, it's on the internet somewhere.
Yeah.
Any
So-
last minute thoughts on this from anybody before we move on to the next topic?
Not
It'll
us,
be
Mr.
good.
Cat.
Okay, okay. It seems like you're excited about this.
I love it.
All right, who wants to talk dinosaurs?
Hello.
Okay. Hoshi, tell us about Jurassic World Rebirth Dino Nuggies.
Yay!
So, real quick,
Oh.
Uh-huh.
before we get to that, chickens are descendants of dinosaurs, right?
Mhm,
Birds
mhm.
birds are believed to be descendant of dinosaurs. Yes.
That means that dino nuggets are in fact made of dinosaurs.
Heck yeah.
Mm.
Hold on.
Face?
Hold on. Dinosaurs. We have to call them dinosaurs. Just like
Yes, the dino sauce.
no.
Ivy Sar.
No. The reason
What?
I'm saying dinosaur like that is because Jeff Goldblum, that's how he pronounced them. And I was like, oh, are you planning to have any dinosaurs on your dino tour? I really, really hate that man. No, I love that movie. Jurassic Park was so good. But yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, it looks like there's a lot of action. Sure, let's go into it.
Genetic testing. Mix the genetics. Make him a monster. Ultimate dino. Yeah.
Some people are into that, and some people are like, "Why do you keep? Stop! Please quit messing with this franchise." After the
Stop
second
it.
movie,
Get some help.
the question is simply why. It's kind of like why make Terminator 3 and beyond. You know,
Yeah.
there's a section of the fan base that will forever be like the first 2 movies. Some just saying only the first movie. You know. So I guess the question here is, if you saw the trailer and you're a fan of Jurassic Park,
Hmm.
the originals or otherwise,
Oh, I love all of them.
do, all right, good. Does this make you want to get out and go see it in theaters?
Yes,
Okay.
100%, 150%.
Okay.
I like dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. They are
Okay.
like hyperfixation. Yes, I love this. Although there are some things that I'm just like about, but that's to be expected.
Well, they also say that the Jurassic World stuff wasn't as good as like the originals, and I'm just sitting here
Oh, it
like,
wasn't.
no, dude, I remember Jurassic Park 3. Like, it could be
'Cause-
worse.
Like Spinosaurus, in I forget which one it was, but like the Spinosaurus versus the Tyrannosaurus. Spinosaurus is a fish eater. It wouldn't really be going after the people. Its teeth were
Alright.
designed specifically to eat fish. Sorry, I get very
No, you're good. You're
Yeah.
good.
about
Go
that.
for it. Honestly, I'm happy to see Mahershala Ali like in something because the last time I saw him, he was Copperhead in the Netflix oh god, Iron Fist. No, it wasn't Iron Fist. It was Luke Cage. He was Copperhead in Luke Cage, and then Marvel grabbed him up for Blade, and then we never heard anything really about Blade, and then everything we've been hearing about Blade has been bad news. And I'm like, damn it, just let the man be Blade. I want to see him kill some vampires. But yeah. Overall thoughts?
I'm tentative about it. Like, I don't want to watch it in theaters,
Yeah.
but I do kind of want to watch it.
I'd be down to watch it online. I don't know. Like I feel burnt out on Jurassic Park after the last couple that have come out. It just feels like, hey, we're doing this franchise again because we're trying to print money, and I'm like, you don't need to just re-release, guys. You could have re-released the original Jurassic Park in 2023 if you didn't. I didn't hear anything. Did they re-release it in theaters? The original
I don't
Jurassic
think
Park?
so.
Probably not.
They could have so much because that would have been the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park. Because if memory serves, it came out in '93. You know what was really funny? That summer we had two movies that we wanted to watch, and thankfully I got to see both of them. It was Jurassic Park and Last Action Hero.
Hmm.
And I really liked Last Action Hero.
It was
Because
a fun
of
movie.
like the whole spoof on action movies thing, but also because now I go back and I rewatch it, I realize, holy shit, some of the cast that's in here that I did not realize, like Death is played by Ian McKellen,
Hmm.
and the quote unquote bad guy in it, the bad guy in this movie that has like the false eye is literally the dad of the Lannisters in Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
No.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, I am recognizing some more. It's kind of just a neat thing to go back and watch some old stuff, some old movies, and just see some of these actors that have really taken off and blown up that you're like, oh my god, they're so iconic, and I absolutely know you. And seeing some of the earlier work and being like, dude, they were killing it in this, and it wasn't even necessary. Also, John Malkovich is like as an axe murderer, also cool.
Mm.
Just some interesting stuff. But yeah, Jurassic Park. Hey, if you're a fan of the series, awesome. Me, I'm just kind of like, looks neat. I might check it out. Anybody else got a different opinion?
Nah, that's just kind of where I'm at too.
No, okay.
Although
yeah.
one thing I do want to say is the baby, I think it's a Triceratops in the little girl's bag.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it reminded me of the Triceratops girl from Land Before Time.
Oh yeah.
Sarah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they the stories have become a little less interesting as time has gone on, and I'm just like, man,
You see, I
that
think
sucks
Jurassic
because
World,
I like Jurassic Park.
the first
Mhm.
Jurassic World,
Mhm.
had a nice fresh take on this
It did.
series,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
which it needed, but yeah, didn't need
And
to
Yeah,
continue.
I liked it because like it wasn't trying to be like the original. It was paying like kind of like an homage to it, and you could see like bits of the original stuff in it, which was a nice nod to it. And it's kind of like this is our own little thing, but now it's starting to be like, oh, it's basically just the
it
first.
it was
Couple
kind of a
movies.
modern take on the original Jurassic Park in a way, because like, what if corporations ran the dinosaur park? And it's like, oh, yep, yeah, I can. And it's like, oh, yeah, that explains so much. Like Jimmy Fallon doing a video for this theme park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally made sense. Because that's what kids are into, Jimmy Fallon. Exactly. Like it screamed, this is what a bunch of corporate execs from a boardroom thought would work. Yeah, as
Guys and
as
Wireless
a
brings us
dinosaur
the
theme
Indominus
park.
Rex.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, hey, let's make it bigger, scarier, more dangerous. And it's like, my dude, you do realize that these are living, breathing animals, and you can't put the genie back in the bottle, you know?
These are
Like,
living, breathing, killing machines.
but it's also like that's also kind of, but that was also kind of sort of explored in the second Jurassic Park movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a slightly different twist. And what made the second Jurassic Park movie so beloved to me was that, you know, you had such strong connections to the first movie because you had John, the guy that was in charge of Jurassic Park initially, coming back and doing like the thing at the end saying what these animals need from us isn't anything. They need us to leave them alone and just let them exist. And I'm like, oh my god, such a good message. And it didn't
Which
feel
is
like there was
Completely different from the books.
yeah, I know. Oh no, absolutely. I still love the scene in the book of Ian Malcolm just sitting in a reed field whistling Dixie. Like as raptors are
And-
passed out from nerve gas and he's just high on like morphine.
And John Hammond in the first book is a complete
Yeah.
dick.
Oh yeah. And secondly, Ian Malcolm didn't live in the first book. He died in the original Jurassic Park book. Yeah. And there we go. Oh, hey, yay, Libby! Congrats on not crashing. We're glad that you made it back safe.
Welcome back.
That being said,
Not
though,
crashing is the best case scenario.
yeah. That being another happy landing. All right. That being said, though, guys, we're gonna move on from Jurassic World. Who wants to talk about Wednesday? Okay, good to know. New trailer came out for season 2 of Wednesday last week, and now we've got a sneak peek where we talk with a lot of the actors, and we get a little more knowledge about what's going on with season 2. Who here has seen Wednesday season 1? Is it just me?
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately. Oh, you didn't like it?
no.
Oh, that's sad. I
I
did.
Why?
hated it.
Oh, why? Yeah, now I'm
I-
even more curious.
I don't like it. Like I just don't like it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. There's just something about it. Like it just doesn't seem like how Wednesday would be. It doesn't seem how like Morticia would be, or Gomez. Like it doesn't feel like them.
Really?
And I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think it absolutely does. Like it's the more kind of like yes, there's the silly stuff and the silly nature of things, but like you're taking them outside the Adams estate, which is another thing. But like also Fester, I believe, is on also okay. So this series is a bit more in line with its original comic origins, and by comic I mean like the comic strip stuff in the papers, because they were more dark and macabre, and then the television series back in the 50s and 60s came out, and they kind of made them a bit more wholesome. And then, I mean, of course, the one that I'm familiar with is the Raul Julia era movies, which were just, they were so good. Also, Raul Julia will forever in my heart be the best Gomez Addams ever. I didn't watch any of the CG stuff, so I don't know how the animated movies that they made went about with the characters. But this kind of feels a bit more in line with like combining sort of the original comic idea of the Addams and some of the and some of the aspects of the 90s films, if you will, especially because they had Christina Ricci in it in the first season as one of the teachers. I thought that was really cool. I was like, yeah, that's the cool. And it's not just, oh, we put her in because she was Wednesday. Like, she had like a legit prominent role. And Christina Ricci, of course, is an amazing actor. So
Absolutely.
put her in. Absolutely.
But I haven't seen it yet, so
You haven't
I've
seen the
just kinda,
Wednesday
like,
series. If nothing
haven't.
else, I think one of my favorite moments, probably one of my standout moments from season 1, and this is no spoiler, is just seeing Wednesday play Paint It Black on a cello. That was just iconic. Even though I know that some of that was not her, they got the close-up stuff was definitely a professional player of the cello, but like she took cello lessons 2 months for 2 straight months before filming ever began because she was that committed to it. And I will say I'm interested in it. And the reason I bring up the comic stuff is because Gomez is actually supposed to be kind of a short and pudgy character. Raul Julia, again, love him to death. Physically, he is both in those movies and the TV show, it was not the portrayal of Gomez that he was in the original comic strip, which started the whole Addams Family thing. Yeah. Jenna Ortega, part of the reason she got the role was because she didn't blink. Yeah.
Nice.
Any other thoughts? Any other thoughts on this?
Nope.
I was just really interested because Hoshi was had such a I do not like this series. I'm like, okay, cool, kind of interested here. So you're not happy it's getting a second season? Wait, did you got to see Uncle Fester in this, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So I'm curious, which version of the Addams Family is the one that you prefer in that case? Like, do you prefer the animated ones that came out like in the 20-teens? Do you prefer the 90s stuff, the old TV show? Like, which is the Addams Family that speaks to you?
I like the. I like the old TV show.
Mhm.
I love the movies. I love the cartoon
Mm-hmm.
of them. I appreciate the newer like animated movies. I guess I don't really care for them either.
Okay.
And yeah,
Okie dokie. All right. The whole thing is this is just a take on that. It's not supposed to be replacing any of those. So I can understand you're like, not my Addams Family. It's like it's not that serious, my guy. I get you. But like, hey,
Yeah.
if you don't want to watch it, absolutely understand that. Now for the others who haven't seen it, so Moon and Fenris, I'm assuming you haven't seen season 1.
Nope.
Okay. Do you have any interest in checking out Wednesday now?
Nope.
No.
Eh?
Based on the fact that I liked it and and Hoshi hated it, didn't change any opinion?
Not really.
Not at all.
All right, cool. Good to know.
Just the fact that, I don't want to watch it simply for the fact I have been burned way too many times with Hollywood trying to screw over my childhood nostalgia. I want it left alone.
Okay. Well,
valid.
here's the thing. The reason I gave this a shot is because of who done it.
Tim Burton. Yeah.
Yeah, Tim. Well, not just that. It's a reunion. It's a reunion between some of the best of our childhood. Here, it is Tim Burton, and a lot of the soundtrack was again composed by Danny Elfman. So like
You're
the
not
two
gonna
people
change my
behind
mind.
Nightmare Before Christmas. All right, well, that's the only reason I was willing to give it a shot because I was like, all right, if anybody knows how to do the weird shit, it's them.
Mhm.
You know, like that's why I was
mean,
like,
I
okay.
agree. Yeah.
And to be fair,
just-
to be
yeah.
fair, this is televised Wednesday stuff. It's just that this season is going. All right. So, okay. So Hoshi,
Hmm.
last season was very focused on just Wednesday Addams. Okay.
Yeah.
And was that also something that bothered you, or were you just like,
Yes.
no, I don't? Okay. This season, the rest of the family is coming. Like they're going to be at Nevermore, so we're getting more of the Addams family in this.
Cause like I didn't like her relationship with her parents. Like I kind of understand, like, you know, she's getting a little older, and maybe
Yeah.
there might be a little other thing, but it almost seems like she like downright.
All we're missing
hates
is
them.
Johnny Depp. Don't worry. At some point, we never did settle who got Johnny Depp in the divorce.
Huh?
Okay, so the joke was that when Tim Burton and his wife, whose name escapes me, she played Bellatrix Lestrange in the Harry Potter franchise.
Helena
Oh.
Bonham Carter.
Helena Bonham Carter. Johnny Depp is basically in most of the stuff that the two of them did. So the joke was when they divorced, who got custody over Johnny Depp. That being said, yeah, it is what it is. All right, let's move on to Zootopia because you're going to be happy about that.
I'm excited.
Yay,
Okay,
furries.
The trailer was something like it's a teaser. That's all it is. It's a
Hmm.
teaser. It's just a cute little hey, Zootopia 2's happening. And I was like, dude, I was already excited when you made the announcement. This all it did is confuse me because why are everybody chasing the snake and the other
Because-
two cops? Because
we haven't seen.
I will say this.
reptiles
I
and
do like
amphibians.
seeing all the different environments. Like
Mm.
there's new environments that they're showing that are pretty cool too.
Yeah, we just haven't seen aquatic and reptilian things before. All we ever see are mammals in the first one.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking like they're kind of like, oh, they're strange. They don't look like us, and like it's something to do with that maybe. Because
Okay.
maybe they're a bit more animalistic
Who knows?
than the
Well,
mammals.
to be fair,
It's meant to make
everything
you
we
ask
see is still a
questions in the
mammal
trailer.
except for the reptile,
Mm.
except for the snake. Because like when they go underwater, we see seals and a beaver.
Maybe they're not like as
Maybe
not
in this version, fish are food, not friends.
Yeah.
could be like they're not as evolved as like Judy or Nick or
Which is possible. Yeah.
and so they're kind of like that's weird. We need to figure this out.
Wait, what? There's more How to Train Your Dragon stuff with toothless kids, with toothless kids.
Oh
What?
yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah,
They
he
are
has 3,
adorable.
2 boys and
Yeah.
a girl.
Oh no, I knew that he had kids. I saw the end of the 3rd movie. I just didn't know that they made more animated stuff with them.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a sheep. It gets scared and makes the bells rattle. That's adorable.
Yeah, their
Anyway,
name are Dart, Rough Runner, and Pouncer.
Of course, yes. All right, let's move on. Guys, the trial continues in the debate with Superman. Another lawsuit was filed by Superman creators' estate, and it's to block James Gunn's movies from releasing in certain countries. The new Superman movie is facing another lawsuit as the Man of Steel co-creators' estate has reportedly filed a new lawsuit that it could affect the DC Universe movie's release. After a long wait to see the character back on the big screen, the Superman movie is approaching its summer release, with David Cornsweet starring as the next live-action version of the DC icon. While the previous Superman lawsuit was dismissed in April, Warner Brothers Discovery is facing another round of litigation. In Matthew Belloni's latest Puck newsletter, Eric Gardner writes that attorney Mark Toberoff has reportedly refiled his copyright case on behalf of the estate of the Superman co-creator Joe Shuster in New York State Court. Toberoff is additionally seeking an injunction to block Warner Brothers from exploiting Superman in the UK, Ireland, Canada, and Australia, where the estate is disputing copyright ownership due to the country's specific copyright laws. According to Gardner, Warner Brothers Discovery had been ordered by the New York Supreme Court to submit opposition papers by Friday before appearing in court on June 4th, where they would have to explain why an injunction shouldn't be granted. At the time of the story's publication, Warner Brothers Discovery has not commented. Gardner writes that the suit is theoretically jeopardizing the global rollout of Gunn's Superman movie. Okay, just a little TLDR on the previous lawsuit. It was kind of the same thing, and then the judge looked it over and said, we don't have jurisdiction over these places, and dismissed the case. That was what it was. So now it feels like they changed a few words in it and refiled. And this is coming out in July, so this could really hurt the movie. And I'm sorry, this is not a... The whole thing is they're trying to file to get more money from the other from the box office from the other countries. And it's like, guys, you already have a setup here. You're going to get cash from this. And it just feels like a case of you're getting cash, want more cash. And it's like, well, too fucking bad. I don't have love for Warner Brothers Discovery. I don't have love for the Joel Shuster estate at this point in time. But typically this happens every time there is a new Superman that comes out. Not specifically a new Superman movie, just a new era of Superman films. It happened in the Dick Donner era. It happened in the Man of Steel, Zack Snyder era, and now it's happening again. But it was dismissed this time because they were trying to get new litigation out because, you know, some legal stuff had changed and they wanted more and they wanted a bigger cut. Judge dismissed it, and now they're trying again. And that's kind of where we're at. The legal system, everybody.
Mhm.
Yay!
Yeah. What do you guys think? Should this do you guys think this will affect the movie? Do you think the judge will also dismiss it again and be like, well, shut up, let them do their thing? Or do you think that this will possibly delay the movie or hurt the release of the movie? What are your thoughts? And I'm not just talking about the people that are with me. Let me know in chat and in the comments, what do you think about this?
Just typical greed.
Yeah, I think so. I honestly think the same thing. The sad fact is, I think the greed is coming from both sides. It feels like there's no winners. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not really sure why this is happening? Copyright law. That's why it's happening. That's
literally it. Yeah.
That's literally the basics of it. It's not like DC is not following copyright law. It's just that I think they're trying to each era that a new Superman comes out, they do a new lawsuit based on copyright law. I think to update the copyright laws of like the next thing. So like we had like the 20 teens era with the Man of Steel stuff using Superman, and they had to update copyright law for that. But the thing is, it hasn't been that long since the last Superman. Like, since the last Superman movie, yes, but not since Superman was used. Yeah, the only winners are the lawyers. Exactly. So I don't think there's a real need to fully update stuff, but you know, what do I know? I'm just an idiot.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. This was something that is kind of a surprise.
Okay.
Do you
Entertainment
want to
news
talk about
website
that? Okay.
Deadline.
I never
Entertainment
heard you
news
say
and-
you wanted to take it. My bad.
So this is how it feels.
Yeah, it is.
Entertainment news website Deadline reported on Wednesday that actors Andrew Koji from Snake Eyes, Jason Momoa from Aquaman and Game of Thrones. He was in Game of Thrones? Huh. And Noah Centineo from Warfare and WWE professional wrestler Roman Reigns are all in negotiations to join the cast of Legendary Entertainment's planned live-action film of Capcom's Street Fighter fighting game series. The film was planned to open on March 20th, 2026, but Sony removed the film from its release calendar on March 24th and has not revealed a new opening date for the film. Katao Sakurai from The Eric Andre Show and Bad Trip would be directing the film. Legendary Entertainment acquired the film and television rights to Street Fighter in April 2023 and will work with Capcom on future projects. Brothers Danny and Michael Filippo were initially slated to direct the film but left the film to focus on making their Bring Her Back film. The game, okay, that's all background stuff that we don't need to worry about. Just why? that has been my entire question for most of these articles. But why? Any thoughts?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never really been much of a Street Fighter fan, so I don't really have much to say.
I
Look,
hope
I'll
this
just
doesn't turn
say-
into the '90s movie. That's all I have to say. Like,
I was
love
gonna
Raul
say
Julia, but
I'm
that
a
movie
pretty
was
big
trash.
fan of all the Mortal Kombat movies we have had. Okay, the older ones and the newest one.
Mm.
Exactly. I am not a fan because of the lore or anything. I'm a fan just because they're stupid, and I
Ah.
know they're stupid,
Okay.
and that's the fun. So if this movie's stupid, cool. I'll watch it when it's on
If-
streaming. If this movie isn't stupid, it's probably still gonna be stupid.
I'm gonna be completely honest. The best thing about the previous Street Fighter movie that came out, the previous live-action adaptation, was Raw Julia. That was literally the only thing that saved that movie. Like, it was a steaming pile of crap, and then Raw Julia made it so good with his version of Bison. Oh, like that
Of
man has
course.
gravitas. No, I still like the. To you, it was the greatest day of your life. To me, it was Tuesday. I'm like, God, that's so good. Only Raul Julia could pull that plane. It could stop that plane crash and actually turn it into a landing.
Mm.
But I have seen some Street Fighter-esque lore in non-gaming related places. Like, there are a lot of ways that you can watch some animated Street Fighter stuff and actually learn about the world of Street Fighter, and it's actually really good.
I just end up so like whenever I play Power Wash or anything like that, if I don't have any current books that I'm working on, I'll
Mhm.
just put on like just lore videos of the randomest shit.
Mhm.
More recently, it's been South Park.
That makes way too much sense. That explains your wish list.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna go ahead. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and say to you the thing that Revan said to me.
Hmm.
Having those two South Park games on your wish list on Steam, don't do it. The PC versions are apparently crap.
Yeah.
How so?
You ask Revan. I don't know. I just know that they're the port. Apparently, the port over did not go well.
How long ago was that?
Mm.
Because they've had updates and stuff. So like,
I don't
Maybe
know if
it's
the
better. I
updates
don't-
fixed a lot of those. I don't know if it got.
I
better.
don't either. But like,
Talk
does
to Revan.
Revan like fuck's sake?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'll
Talk to
do
Revan.
some
He might know.
research on it now, but it's like, come on. When you're talking about like, yeah, apparently the port was crap. Cool. These are how many year old games, so they've had updates. Let me find some shit out. Fuck.
I don't know. Hey, they said the same thing about the about the final episode in the Arkham trilogy, the Arkham Knight.
Uh-huh. And now it plays pretty well.
Yeah, now it does. Like freaking years and years later. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
it sucks that it took years, but guess what? I am at the point where I'm years later, so I'm getting it at its best time.
Why are
Same
you
could be
yelling
said
at me
for.
about it? I have nothing to
I'm
do
not
with
trying to
this.
yell at you. I'm not trying to yell at you. I'm sorry. I'm just saying this is just how it is. Like same can be said for Cyberpunk.
Also
Like
true.
when it released, it was shit, and
Oh, yeah,
now it's fucking amazing.
To be fair, it should not have been released, and the devs
It shouldn't
straight up
have.
said that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like that was an exec decision, and we came after anybody that talked shit on the devs because the devs were like, "No, this ain't okay." Which is a good transition. Speaking of devs talking to their higher ups about, "Hey, this thing isn't looking good. This thing isn't ready." Bungie Marathon, yeah, because the devs apparently said that there should be PvE stuff in Marathon, and the higher ups were like, "Nah." But you know what the saddest part is about this whole art plagiarism thing, art theft here in Marathon is a shit ton of the employees at Bungie follow this artist on Twitter and social media. So it's not like they didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Bungie caught stealing artwork again. An artist has come forward saying Bungie used their artwork without permission in Marathon. Bungie has issued a statement on social media saying it is investigating how unauthorized artwork appeared in the closed alpha test of its PvPvE shooter Marathon. I love that. I love that statement. Guys, we're investigating ourselves. We didn't find any probable cause or anything. It's like, no, dude, we don't trust you to do this. Earlier this week, Scottish artist Fern Hook posted on social media that her work had appeared in the Marathon Alpha without her knowledge or permission. Its environments are covered with assets lifted from poster designs I made in 2017, Hook wrote on Twitter. In an interview with the Washington Post, Fern says she was suspicious that her art may have been used without her permission when Bungie first revealed the game in 2023. In her thread, Fern posted side-by-side comparisons of her work and what appears in Marathon. She also made a post on X in 2024 saying that she hid a reference to the Control-Alt-Delete webcomic Loss in her designs. A year later, a player posted a screenshot from the game that includes a coded reference to the comic. Here from the future, if anyone doubts the theft of your art, this also confirms it. Yep. Bungie says it was made aware of the issue, of course they were, and determined the art team did not know the artwork was stolen and that a former employee was responsible for adding the assets. The studio also said it reached out to Fern to discuss this matter and that it is committed to doing right by the artist. This is not the first time an artist's work has been used for a Bungie product without their permission. In 2024, Bungie agreed to compensate the artist Tofu Rabbit after she discovered that her design for a Destiny 2 themed Nerf gun was ripped directly from her fan art. Bungie has also been accused of using other creators' Destiny 2 fan art for references and cutscenes without permission. Bungie says it's reviewing its in-game assets, especially those done by former employees, to ensure this won't happen again, or again, or again. This sucks because I like a lot of the people at Bungie, and I like some of the stuff that they do, but yeah, when you do this shit, I don't know what to tell you, dude. It seems like a systemic issue going on over there at Bungie. Any thoughts, comments on this before we move on?
No.
Okay.
Aside from, like, the fuck?
Yep. Okay. Let's move on to updates on Nintendo's terms of service, or its EULA.
Go ahead, Moon.
Yay.
Yeah.
I honestly thought you were going to say, and lack thereof.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, there's not a lack. That's the problem. Isn't a lack of something. It's the addition of something.
Yeah.
Ah.
And it's kind of no great surprise. It was something I kind of thought was already in their shit, but Nintendo adds anti-arbitration clause to its end-user license agreement. Nintendo is making it harder for consumers to sue in its latest EULA update, which adds a class action waiver in Section 16 that prohibits users from filing class action lawsuits against the company. Initially spotted on the Nintendo subreddit and later published by Games Radar Plus, the new section of the agreement states, "This arbitration provision precludes you and Nintendo from suing in court, having a trial by jury, or participating in a class action. You and Nintendo agree that arbitration will be solely on an individual basis and not as a class arbitration, class action, or any other kind of representative proceeding. You and Nintendo are each waiving the right to trial by a jury."
I
Rather
appreciate
than
the
holding the
hotty-toddy. I appreciate the hoity-toity nature of the voice, but also at the same time,
Yeah.
I was like, damn. I wonder what it would sound like if Legal Eagle read that.
More straight-faced and straightforward? Like, what do you...
Real lawyer speak.
Exactly. Rather than holding the company legally accountable in court, Nintendo prefers that dissatisfied users direct their complaints to its contact center. Players can opt out of Nintendo's arbitration clause by mailing a written notice within 30 days of agreeing to the EULA.
Yeah.
If they do, any disputes will follow Section 18, which states that all claims, including those involving intellectual property, are governed by Washington state law and must be resolved in King County courts, with both sides agreeing not to contest the location. If a claim arises between Nintendo and a user, both parties are expected to try resolving it informally in good faith, with 30 days for negotiations or longer if they both agree. Given the class action suits from 2019 and 2020 over Joy-Con drift, it seems that Nintendo is now trying to get ahead of any similar potential lawsuits.
Yeah, specifically because they didn't fix the Joy-Con drift.
Yeah.
Nope. And that's because they were using graphite.
Yep, and
And
that's
they
why
just want
I'm
to
not
keep
purchasing
using graphite.
that. On top of being broke, is why I'm not purchasing a Switch 2.
I really want to Switch 2, but they're making it more difficult for me to want to Switch 2.
I really don't want to Switch 2 at this point. No, I don't see any games that are on Switch 2 that I can't get on PC that I wouldn't want to play on PC anyway. So at this point in time, also if you try to mod anything on a Switch 2. Oh my God, the consequences. It's like, why you're making it where people who are diehard fans of your games are starting to reconsider their choices. I fucking love Zelda. I love it. The whole reason I buy Nintendo products is so I can play new Zelda content. And I'm sure there's people out there for Sonic that are like that, for Donkey Kong that are like that, for Mario Kart that are like that, for just Mario overall that are like that. And Nintendo, your corporate decisions are hurting your family-friendly kind of vibe right now.
It's supposed to be
Because
family friendly.
yeah, well, that's how it was supposed to go. Now it just feels like you're the evil stepfather running in with the belt. But you know, that's just me. What do I know? What do I know? Any last minute comments on this particular topic?
Nintendo, why must you hurt me so much?
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of dire consequences, gentlemen, it has happened. The Illuminated scum have dared desecrate Super Earth with their filthy footsteps. But worry not! For the brave and valiant Helldivers are on the job. This also includes many of us. We were playing last night. We had a bunch of
Unfortunately,
fun.
the brave and valiant Helldivers were on the other side of the Earth, so you kind of got stuck with us idiots.
I mean, I would be playing Helldivers too because I really want to play it. It's just laptop.
Mm,
Yeah.
we got you. Once you get your PC, we're absolutely playing with you. It's
Speaking
great.
of, Hoshi, are you still streaming to try to raise funds for a PC?
Yeah, I am. I've raised $1 whole, you guys.
Yay! Only
Yay.
only like 1,000 and something to go.
Hooray.
I'm still working on trying to tweak it as best I can to make it cheaper.
I don't want to. I don't want a PC that I have to like constantly upgrade and upgrade and upgrade. I want to be able to have something that like I can hold off a little bit before having to like worry about upgrades.
I completely understand that.
Because it'd be silly to get a PC and then be like, oh, now you got to upgrade everything again, and it's like, but I just spent all this money to get PC.
I love I love Seagoat. They're like, I would love to defend democracy if the automatons hadn't made my friends rage quit. How long ago did they rage quit? Because turns out bots are some of the easier things to fight in the game now.
Yeah.
Nah, I'd dive. I'd dive. It's a lot of fun. We're having fun. If you want to play Helldivers, jump in, play Helldivers. It's a good time. Like 3 months ago? Really? The bots made them rage quit 3 months. Okay. Are you sure they were playing against the right bots? What difficulty were they playing on? That says a lot. Though we have found out that we could play on difficulty 4 with just 2 people. And even with the Illuminated on Super Earth. And the Illuminated are, I mean, to us, they're the tougher thing to fight. But then we get up to 5 and 6, and we're still having a good time. We're able to accomplish the missions. And eventually we're gonna try getting the getting up to some of the higher stuff. But yeah, let's yeah. All right. Let's talk Pac-Man. Who wants to talk Pac-Man?
This
Yeah, I'll take it.
fucking...
Never mind.
Oh, go ahead, Moon.
No, go ahead. You have an opinion here. Go for it.
I'm just saying, this fucking thing, straight from Secret Level, which was a very dark, disturbing episode. That's all I wanted.
Yes, it was, and I loved it.
Okay. Reimagined Pac-Man game Shadow Labyrinth's trailer reveals mazes. Bandai Namco Entertainment streamed on Thursday a new trailer for Shadow Labyrinth, a reimagining of its Pac-Man game, and it reveals mazes inspired by the original arcade game. The trailer's release coincides with Pac-Man Day, commemorating the release of the original arcade game in May 22nd, 1980. Bandai Namco will release the game on July 18th for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, Switch, and PC via Steam. Bandai Namco Entertainment describes the game as Swordsman number 8, awoken by a floating yellow orb, Puck, on a mysterious planet amidst relics of wars past. You are chosen to become the instrument of its will. To survive, you will discover many secrets, consume your enemies, and grow from prey to the apex predator as you embrace your true purpose. The game is getting a digital deluxe edition that includes an art book and soundtrack. Of course it does. The Secret Level adult animated anthology series from the Love, Death, and Robots creative team previously debuted a Pac-Man episode last December that showed a reimagining similar to Shadow Labyrinth. Bandai Namco Entertainment's Pac-Man game franchise debuted with its original arcade game in 1980. The franchise inspired the Pac World television anime series in 2013. So yeah, this looks pretty cool. I still have to see the that animated thing, especially because it does have stuff for
Warhammer?
Space Marine. I got to see that too.
That one was also really good.
Yep, but yeah, this game looks really interesting. I have played a lot of Pac-Man. I had like a Pac-Man collection thing for the GBA.
Like, I will say, as a Pac-Man game, this looks pretty neat. But as a follow-up to the Shadow Labyrinth story, what the fuck?
This is an... Do you not remember the first... whatever it's called, the first trailer?
For the Shadow Labyrinth stuff?
Yeah, for this Pac-Man game, yeah.
No, not for... Okay. As a follow-up to the Pac-Man story that they did in Secret Level, this is a little...
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to mush the two together, and I don't think it quite works. Because you said you haven't seen the Pac-Man episode, right?
No, but since you said it was dark and stuff, I assume it's like... So, what's the scariest part of it? Is it the actual ghosts or is it the Pac-Man himself?
The ghosts don't show up at all.
It's-
Oh, that's even scary.
It's not scary.
It's
as
not.
much
It's
as
not scary. When we say dark, we're not talking about like you're gonna jump or anything. No, no, no. Okay. Do you mind if we just kind of tell you?
Go ahead.
Okay. So this humanoid being wakes up and is talking to this circle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically guiding him through this. Is it a labyrinth? Because it's big enough to be its own like little planet or whatever. Anyway.
it's a planet. I'm
Yeah.
calling it a planet.
Yeah, fights his way through
it could
this
be a
planet.
labyrinthian planet.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, getting hung up on tedious details here. Fights his way through this, consumes the things that he fights until he gets to like this doorway, this portal or whatever, and fights this thing he can't beat. And that's when the circle goes, "Oh, don't worry, I know you can't." And that's when it opens up. You see that this is Pac-Man or Puck or whatever, and you realize it's the villain this entire time. Pac-Man has been the villain. And it burrows into this being that he's been with to try and get out of the portal, to like try and leave. And then the cycle starts all over again because he summons a new humanoid being and then is trying to like, it's creepy dark. And this game is like, we're trying to build off of that. And I'm like, I don't fully see that from this trailer. Like, I see the Pac-Man game and some new stuff to it, which is, I guess, kind of neat, but nothing that would necessarily tie into the secret level episode.
What about when you're running around as the swordsman and fighting big monsters and stuff?
That's the only thing. That's the only part of it that seems kind of the same. That's the only. It's like, hey, one little part. But the rest of this just feels like a new version of Pac-Man, which nothing wrong with that.
So I'm pretty sure the way they are showing this is those little maze segments, the one that looks like the original game, are going to end up being like little mini games, like things you have to send Puck to do
maybe
to get through a particular door or some shit.
Maybe. Who knows?
That's the way I'm thinking about it.
Okay. And I hope that's true. It's just this trailer did not inspire confidence in me
Well, that's
as a
because
follow-up to that.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Like,
Hold on. I don't need you to defend this right now. And then, like, we can devil's advocate this in a moment. It did not inspire confidence as a follow-up to that specific story, which is what this has kind of been marketing. Like, as a Pac-Man thing, no, this is fine.
that's because the first trailer did that.
I don't think it really did. Like, as far as gameplay stuff, it did not. I disagree. Hard disagree. Anyway. Yeah, I see the gameplay for this, and it's like, oh, cute, fun Pac-Man. And I'm like, all right, cool. Why are you tying it to that dark and creepy, twisted story?
Do you not remember when like Pac-Man took over the host and became this big giant toothy mouth and ate whatever fucking monster that they were fighting?
In what?
In the first trailer.
No. No, I don't remember that.
Yeah. I think you might need to go rewatch that.
I think I don't care.
Cuz like okay, but like everything you've described to me about the series so far matches everything I have seen from both trailers for this game. So I'm
Okay,
like,
well, the promo for the trailer and the gameplay for the trailer are two different things. Like, this is gameplay stuff, and I'm like, okay,
the other trailer had gameplay too.
if you say so. I fully do not remember, and that's fine. Maybe I will go back. I don't know, but like right now, the advertising does not feel right for this specific trailer, and that's what I'm talking about. This specific trailer.
I get you, but this specific trailer is literally just about the mazes, so that's why it focused on the mazes.
So, I love the interaction, guys. We're already an hour and a half in, and we still have 8 stories to go through.
Okay.
He's not wrong.
To be honest, I was not expecting almost 45 minutes on Voltron.
Fair.
Voltron's cool.
Voltron's cool. Yeah.
It is cool, but I was not expecting 45 minutes.
All right, we covered this at the end of last time of the last episode, but we need to do a follow up because apparently they did more than one. Anime Expo uses AI art to promote an upcoming panel. Also, they deleted the tweet. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. But unfortunately, it's the internet, and once you post it,
It's there forever.
it's there. It's there forever. Droopy eyes, melty eyes, and messed up fingers and all. And yeah, all the comments that we had on top of it. An anime convention held up by VAs and artists using AI. We live in hell. Yeah. So one of the guests, Yuka Mochizuki, was announced a day after with AI art. They changed to this they changed this too, so you can see the post for the original pic, and this one is less obvious, but take a look at the nonsense piece of art in the background, and you'll see. I don't know what the specific thing is that they're saying is AI generated.
Let me get it pulled up and see if I can point it out.
I don't necessarily know. They're saying it's something in the background. I'm like, okay.
Oh, it's a combination of the background and the weird shape of the dude's fucking hand.
No, the
No. Different picture, different image.
Oh,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
one?
If you go to the link to the Reddit post,
Yeah, I'm
that's
already
more
there.
AI, and I'm like, okay, so
Open.
anyway,
nonsense piece of art in the back.
yeah, I don't know if they're just saying, hey, it's AI, but apparently they changed whatever it was. I don't know. Maybe it's the archived link is. Oh, this may be the one that was updated and edited. I don't see a difference. But I mean, that's just me.
Yeah, I can't tell either.
Hang on a second. What is the difference here? Is there one? I don't think I see a difference here, really. Okay, well. But this is clearly, obviously AI generated right there, that one. But yeah, and they got a lot of pushback on social media, and rightfully so. This is not something. If you're gonna celebrate animation, don't use AI art. Like, it's just not okay. Also, this is not the first time that AX has come under fire for AI art. They have found out. It has been found out that they have AI art in their art dealer hall. Like, they have had artists that deal AI art, and that's not okay. However, I did want to follow up that by saying that there are 2 U.S. anime conventions that are very big that are banning AI-generated art. So the first one is Anime NYC, which is also connected to New York Comic Con. And I believe ALA? Yeah, Anime Los Angeles released an announcement yesterday in their policy concerning AI-generated art. We at Anime Los Angeles do not condone or accept any form of AI-generated art piece being used within our promotional materials, nor being sold in our exhibit hall or artist alley, the statement read. The statement clarified that if AI-generated work is found to be on sale at the convention, which opens in early January, it will be considered a form of counterfeit merchandise and will be required to be removed. These new policies come as controversies about AI-generated work have proliferated following the release of text-to-image AI generators like Dale E2, after famed South Korean illustrator Kim Jong-gi died. A fan uploaded his art style to a text-to-image generator that could then replicate his style. His fans were outraged, in a discussion on whether these text-to-image generators are founded on the theft of artists' intellectual property ensued. Yeah. As such, Anime Los Angeles considers current text-to-image generators to be a form of theft, but it will make an exception for future developments in the technology. If in the future such a program is created that allows for only specific images the artist owns to be sourced from, it will be the artist's responsibility to provide proof that the pieces were not created from stolen images. Now, yeah, that's key right there. If they got permission to use this stuff, if it was ethically sourced, then we can have a different conversation. But if you're just stealing somebody else's work to make new stuff, to make new art, there's no difference between what Bungie is in trouble for and what this AI is doing. Like, none. So, Anime Expo is in the same place as Bungie as far as I'm concerned. But that's just me.
And you'll have people that will argue that it was a different artist that submitted the AI image and it wasn't Anime Expo's fault. It still is, and
No,
they have to
it's-
review it and approve it.
No, if this goes up on the social media for Anime Expo, that's still on Anime Expo. Also, having AI art in your artist alley, knowing it's AI art and letting it go, that's on you, Anime Expo. I don't care how big you are, you need to do proper vetting of your stuff. And honestly, that just proves that you are too big. You are too big, so you fail. There's no such thing as too big to fail. No, the bigger you are, the more chance of failure. Because you can't oversee.
Easier it is to fail.
Yeah, you can't oversee all the little details that you need to oversee when you get to a certain size. I'm sorry. But, like, this is the reason why there are horror stories about Anime Expo and San Diego Comic-Con. These places are too big, and you can't get, like, there's not enough attention to the details there because you just don't have enough resources. That's why I think certain conventions need to be capped at, like, a certain only a certain amount of people. Like, I know there is technically a cap in the amount of tickets and venues and hotels and stuff like that. Like, I know that there is, but I think that, like, some of these places are a little too big for their britches. But that's just me. I'm just an a-hole on the internet. What do I know?
I'm just Ken.
And you know what? You are Knuff. All right. You want to talk about the Nintendo store, buddy?
I guess.
Okay. Well, this one's actually a fun Nintendo thing, as far as I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They just opened
Maybe
a new
that'll make
store.
me
That's
feel
all it
better.
is. That's all it
Yeah.
is. They just opened a new store.
Yeah, how are they
feel
gonna fuck this one up, though?
I feel like I'm just Nintendo backing away. All we did was open a store.
Nintendo, it's really hard to think you're doing something good now, and that's a problem.
You got me. Look, see what you're doing? You got me. You got me siding with Nintendo and feeling bad for Nintendo. How dare you, Nintendo?
Don't feel bad for Nintendo. They're
I
making their
won't.
fucking bed.
Yeah. You know what you did.
Okay, Nintendo to open fourth official Japanese store in Fukuoka. Nintendo announced on Monday that it will open an official store in Fukuoka at the end of the year. The store will be located at AMU Plaza, Hakata City. More details will be announced at a later date. This will be the fourth official Nintendo store in Japan. The first official Nintendo store in Japan opened in November 2019 at Shibuya Parko in Tokyo. The second Nintendo store opened in November 2022 at... it's basically just... There's another store.
So here's
There's
the thing. Here's the
apparently
thing,
a
right?
couple- Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the thing. If we go to Japan, are you more interested in visiting the Nintendo store or the Pokemon Center?
Pokemon.
At this point, the Ghibli Museum.
Pokemon.
Also,
Okay, that's
yeah.
good. Third
No,
option.
no, that one,
Yeah.
that one way better. I agree. I agree. The Ghibli
Like-
Museum.
Look, the only thing I want out of Pokemon now is just the life-size Eevee
Mhm.
and maybe one or two of the Evolutions and the life-size Gardevoir, and then I'm getting tired of.
I want to go to the Pow World store.
I want to do that too. Because Pal World hasn't hurt me.
Yeah.
I
I
want
want to go.
a Chikorita.
I want to
That's
find
fair.
a dino. I want to find a Dino Gura plush. I'm just saying.
I want one of those Snorlax pillow beanbag thingies. That would be cool.
I
Yes.
want. Okay. Hoshi, have you seen the Dino Gura episode of Pow World where Gura actually got to play Pow World and use the mod that turned Cativas into Dino Gura?
No.
She called it Jurassic Park. It was great, and the modder was like Poopy Doodoo Boy, I believe was the name. So just like she was just tickled by the fact that somebody at Hololive had to contact Poopy Doodoo Boy to ask for permission to use the mod.
Beautiful.
And that's the other thing. Pocket Pair, absolutely cool with people using mods in their game. No problem whatsoever. They don't go after streamers or anybody else about that. You use a mod in Pokemon, oh my god, you have summoned the wrath of the Nintendo lawyers.
Yeah.
Pal World sees that and says, "Haha, funny. I like."
I was like, wait, you want to put in a silly mod and give us free promotion? Yeah, do it. Do it. Dude, VTubers gave them so much free promo for Pow World. No joke. All right, moving along. One Punch Man manga is taking a 2-month break. Artist Yusuke Murata announced on Wednesday that his series with One will take a break for 2 months due to various circumstances. There was a grisly murder. That's what that translates to. There was a grisly murder. Was it done in one punch, though?
And
That's the important
It
part.
must be unbearable.
Ah!
I don't know. It sounds kind of polarizing, honestly. Polar bear.
Oh, no, I got it. I got it. How very punny of you. We can't turn this into another 1-hour food pun compilation, though. The manga will resume on Shueisha's free Torari no Young Jump web service on July 17th. The series previously entered a hiatus in June.
Listen.
Hold on. There we go. There's the third one. I knew it was coming. June 2024. Yeah. And this is all backstory on the stuff. So yeah, it's going on break for 2 months. That sucks. But you know what? It's only 2 episodes because this is a monthly series, or at least a bi-weekly. Really? 4? Fuck you. All right. Anyway. I think it's either monthly or bi-weekly. I'm not 100% sure. But moving on, who wants to talk about fossils?
I vote Hoshi.
Yeah,
It's
Dino
both
Nuggies over there.
dinosaurs and Pokemon.
Really? Because I
Yeah.
put the Pokemon one out here, and I was like, y'all fight over it. I don't.
I know where we're going. We need to go. We need to go. We need to go. We need to go.
If I go to Chicago, I'm not going to a Pokemon museum. I'm going to Wrigley Field.
Ooh, I would
I'm a
love to go
Cubs
back
fan.
to the TV and Radio Broadcasting Museum. It was such a fun place. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, no. You're good. I also like the improv and comedy scene in Chicago. It's really good.
Pokemon Fossil Exhibition comes to Chicago's Field Museum in May of 2026. I wish it could be sooner. Exhibit featuring Pokemon models alongside actual fossils opens on May 22nd of 2026.
This is a
Praise
good thing,
Helix.
though. This is a good thing that it's coming out that late, though. It gives you enough time to prepare.
Wow, they used Helix instead of like Arceus. Like, oh, they could have said praise Arceus.
They said praise
Anyway,
Helix. All right.
Yeah.
First off,
What
these
the
filthy
hell?
fucking heathens. They are worshiping a rock. How dare you?
I
How
think it's, like,
dare
I think
you?
it's a pun on like the fossil thing.
Oh, I know. But still, how dare they? Heathens. Heathens.
Absolute.
Blasphemers. Shame man unto you. Shame man. All right, so there we go.
Praise Helix, the official
No.
website for the Pokemon franchise.
I love that we go from my intensely shame and then just the dichotomy.
Look,
of those
just
two.
don't read that first sentence.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll fix it. Praise Arceus.
Thank you.
The official website for the Pokemon.
Pokemon.
I'm a ham.
You're a ham.
Yeah.
Hamtaro.
Bro. My ham. I love that show.
I love that show
Ditto.
too. It's so funny.
The official website for the Pokemon franchise announced last week that it is bringing the Pokemon Fossil Museum to Chicago's Field Museum on May 22nd of 2026. This is the North American debut of the Pokemon Fossil Museum, which is an exhibit that compares fossil Pokemon like Omastar and Aerodactyl to real-world fossils life forms. Oh, that'd be
Aw.
so cool.
I don't know, man. I would have found it hilarious if we'd had a fossilized Pikachu.
Yeah. The exhibit will feature Pokemon models alongside actual fossils, pairing the iconic Sue the T-Rex with Tyrantrum and the Chicago Archeo
I don't know how to spell it. I don't know how to say that
Archaeopteryx?
either.
with
Sure.
Archeops. I think that's how you pronounce it. Just to name a few. Interested Pokemon trainers, paleontologists, excavators, and fans can sign up for details or updates. Same thing.
Oh my
The Field
god, no.
Museum
That would be the best thing. You get fossils of Pokemon trainers.
Yes. The Field Museum in Chicago, the National Museum of Nature and Science in Tokyo, and the Pokemon Company International are collaborating to create the exhibit. The original Pokemon Fossil Museum first opened in the Mikasa City Museum in Hokkaido in July of 2021 until that September. The exhibit was recently in Fukui
Mm-hmm.
Fukui Prefectural Dinosaur Museum from March 8th to the 25th.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay. I just learned a new thing. If we go to Japan and Hoshi's with us, we have to go to a dinosaur museum.
Yes, please. I love
Mhm.
dinos. Oh, depends. Depends. Because what's your favorite herbivore, or your favorite carnivore, or your favorite of? I'll go to
On
my
a roll.
corner now.
No,
No,
you're
it's fine. We're
No.
having a good time.
Listen here, you. We encourage this type of obsession here.
Absolutely.
Go nuts.
Go bananas.
Okay, I love what's it called?
Dinosaurs.
I'm blanking on names. The very very giant crocodile. Postosuchus? I think it's Postosuchus. Might be Postosuchus.
Mhm.
Might be. But like it was giant dino, like giant crocodile, huge, and it would eat actual dinosaurs. Can you imagine instead of munching on a gazelle? No, boom! T-Rex is getting dragged into the water,
Well,
bitches.
mammals weren't really a thing back then.
Well,
Yeah,
it's a
that's false.
comparison because crocodiles and alligators are around today, and this was basically like their super giant cousin.
Mhm.
Also, at some point, there was definitely some blending of like mammals and dinosaurs, but like it just there weren't many mammals,
Yes.
Mhm.
and also a lot of
Well,
dinosaurs
that's what I'm
aren't
saying.
reptilian, and a lot of them were more bird-like.
I was more talking numbers than species itself. So it's like when I say mammals weren't prevalent back then, I mean like numbers wise, they weren't like
Yeah.
a very large species of or a
Prominent, you mean.
subsect of, yeah, prominent. They weren't prominent. That's the
Oh, and
exactly.
the
Thank you.
mosasaur.
Yeah.
I love dinos so much.
All right, we have an interest piece up next. Uh, Over half of Gen Z globally are anime fans. Though this may be slightly biased, it was Crunchyroll research, so who knows? But on May 20th, anime streaming platform Crunchyroll and the National Research Group released a study examining anime and its fandom titled How Anime Became a Worldwide Cultural Force. The study surveyed 29,000 general entertainment consumers between the ages of 13 and 54 from the United States, United Kingdom, India, Germany, France, Brazil, and Mexico. The study categorized 3,500 of those surveyed as anime fans or viewers who like or love anime and watch anime content at least once per month. According to a press release by Crunchyroll, anime now stands shoulder to shoulder with the biggest icons in music and sports among Gen Z. Globally, 54% of Gen Z make their love for anime known, putting it ahead of Kendrick Lamar at 48%, nearly on par with Beyonce at 56%, and just behind LeBron James at 59%, and Taylor Swift at 60%. The study supports these claims with its anime fanship versus celebrity fanship graph. Among fans of 13 to 28-year-olds, 54 stated they liked or loved anime. This is 2 points under Beyonce, 5 under LeBron James, and 17 points under the top-rated celebrity among Gen Z respondents, Lionel Messi. While far lower in percentages, 42% of millennials, ages 29 to 44, and 24% of Gen X, ages 45 to 54, consumers surveyed also stated they are anime fans. For these generations, anime fans fall short of cultural mainstays such as Keanu Reeves, who represents millennials with 76% and 79%, which is ironic because Keanu Reeves is like your live-action anime dude. Like, when you think about John Wick and The Matrix, so much of that is inspired from anime. Also, Keanu is a huge anime fan. His favorite series of all time is Cowboy Bebop. And you know what?
Not surprising.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. That's a damn good show.
You know what? If there was a new live action Cowboy Bebop that had Keanu Reeves as Spike,
that was
that'd be amazing.
That was a thing people were talking about for a long time before the live action Netflix show came out. Because he's a big fan of, dude, like people who are huge fans of anime that people are super surprised. Like, okay, people that will not shut up about how amazing Cowboy Bebop is. Off the top of my head, you've got Leonardo DiCaprio and Keanu Reeves. I want to hear the two of them sit down at a table and just talk about Cowboy Bebop. That's it. I just want to hear them talk about it.
Or record that so many people would tune in.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Lionel Messi, 59 to 49, or Beyonce, 60 to 54. Anime does outperform celebrities such as the Kardashians, 29 and 19, BTS, 29 and 16, and even Kendrick Lamar, 39 and 25, among millennials. While older respondents were more fans of traditional forms of sports like football, hand egg, basketball, and combat sports. I refuse to call the American version actual football because you don't use your feet. I've had arguments with my parents on this. Like, I do not call it football.
Cookies and cream.
I call it hand egg because that's what
with the other team.
And combat sports. Only the Olympics, FIFA, UEFA Championships League, and the NBA outperformed anime among Gen Z respondents. Yeah, based Reeves. Yeah, Keanu Reeves is based. The
Absolutely.
NRG study further examined how anime fans share their love of the medium with others. A majority, 58% of fans, stated they talk to their friends, colleagues, or family about anime in person, followed by 43% with people they know on social media, and 42% watch anime with other people in person. The study does not categorize this survey to age demographics. When examining the top drivers for watching anime, Gen Z's top responses were high-quality animation, compelling characters and relationships, and imaginative and creative storytelling at 37%, 35%, and 34%. You know, remarkably kind of even. Among millennials and Gen X, the responses were imaginative and creative storytelling, high quality animation, and compelling characters and relationships. Yeah, no, that see, here's the thing. Having a compelling story and compelling characters, I think, is what you need most, and then having your animation. But then again, I have been proven wrong by the T-Bait anime. So, to be
Yeah.
fair, it's been a downgrade in all three for the anime, and I don't like that happened.
Nobody liked that.
Yeah, that's where I'm at on that. We'll leave that later. Oh god dang it! I forgot to upload the episode 8 review. I'll get to it. As of press time, the study's partners have not detailed their methodology. Grandy Miller, CMO at NRG, commented on the study. Anime is emerging as a truly global genre for young audiences and a growing force for fandom in many countries around the world. Our research shows how increased accessibility and brilliant artistry have helped young audiences embrace anime not just as entertainment, but as part of their identities. And that's where I'm going to stop on this, because we got to get to the last two topics, and those last two topics are going to take us a second or two. Let's do it. I hereby step back. I have no dog in this fight. So, have fun talking about this. Who wants to take it?
That's the question, isn't it?
Go ahead, Moon.
There we go.
Can I?
Mhm.
Yay! Super Sentai fans vote for their favorites on 50th anniversary. On Saturday, the NHKBS channel revealed the results of the Zen Super Sentai Dai Toyo, all Super Sentai Grand Vote, poll for Super Sentai fans' favorites on the live-action franchise's 50th anniversary. The poll was split into 3 categories: Sentai Series of 50, Sentai Hero of 300, and Sentai Robot of 160. The top spots of the respective categories are Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger, Shinken from 2011. I'm not sure which one that is in English. Shinken Red Takeru Shiba, played by Torio Matsuzaka, from Samurai Sentai Shinkenger, and Don Onitaijin from Avataro Sentai Don Brothers from 2022. So the Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger is the piratey looking ones. I forgot which one that is.
Yeah, anybody
then-
who's watched One Piece in Japanese for like 5 episodes knows what Kaizoku means.
Okay.
Oh, it's a Power Rangers Super Mega Force.
Oh, is that what the...
hmm
Why not
Kaizoku
just name
does
them
mean
something with
pirate.
pirates? Because they look like pirates.
Well, Kaizoku,
love it.
Kaizoku does mean pirate.
No. In Japanese, it's called that. In English,
Oh.
it's Super Mega Force.
That's so
Mhm.
dumb.
Exactly.
And the Power Rangers counterpart for the Samurai one is Power Ranger Samurais and Power
Yep.
Rangers Super Samurai.
Yep. Which... Yeah.
And
The number 2 and 3 spots for Sentai series are Oshama Sentai King Ogre, and Samurai Sentai Shinkenger. For Sentai Hero Gokai Red, Captain Marvelous Ryota Ozawa from Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger, and Don Momotaru Taro Momoi Kohei Higuchi from Avataro Sentai Don Brothers took 2nd and 3rd. Gokaio from Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger and King Oger from Osama Sentai King Oger came in 2nd and 3rd of the Sentai Robot category. Lord, really working out that pronunciation muscle. Fuck me. Okay. What?
Okay,
did
let's
you-
make this quick. Who do you think should have won?
So the problem is this is a Japanese only thing, so it's not gonna matter what we think
hmm
because
the Japanese is different from the English.
extremely the stories are very different. The just a lot of the way certain things happen or went down are similar but still different. So like, I appreciate you putting this in here for us, but like, oh, we only have so much we can say because this is all Japanese only stuff. So it's like,
I'm still just disappointed they don't have Akiba Ranger in. I know it's an unofficial Sentai, but damn it, it was endorsed by many of the actors of the official Sentais, and they came on as cameos.
The actors, it's not with the actors though. It's about the who owns it. That's who decides what goes here and which.
I know.
Shit.
But it's still hilarious that they got all of these all these Sentai cameos in their official suits and
Mhm.
costumes, but it's still an unofficial Sentai because that's the entire joke of the series is they're trying to become an official Sentai.
Yeah, I swear, if they would have called Super Mega Force anything relating to pirates, I would have watched it.
Mm.
Cause like, the costumes are cool, the weapons are cool, the fucking Zord is cool. Damn it!
The villains be villaining.
I don't know shit about the villains, but I'll trust you.
I don't know. I'm just
Okay.
going off the same
Also,
hype.
this picture of the Osama Sentai King Oger, that looks slightly like it might have been a continuation of whatever it's called, Mystic Force.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
Just because of the way the things are shaped, but also now that I'm
Mm.
seeing the Bug Zord, I'm wondering if that's what that was.
Could be.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to rewatch.
Which, I mean, that's still
Mystic
pretty
Force
cool.
now. Moon, we should go through all of the Power Rangers and rank them.
Shit, I'm down.
Hell yeah!
Obviously not here, Richie.
Yeah.
Mm. We're talking about making our own thing.
Okay, go for it.
I would so fucking love that.
Moon.
We go,
Mhm.
yeah.
Check the topics.
Yeah, I know.
No, yeah, that dropped today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not talking about it right now, so I'll have to watch it later.
I was just like, hey, happy topic for you.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But is that a part of this show? So like,
We're about to transition to the next topic, so I was just gonna be like, hey,
I gotcha.
want to see something cool? Hey kid, I got some candy.
Hey kids, want to see a dead body?
No.
Yes.
Remember,
I've
kids,
seen-
do not
I've seen
go
many
to
in
a
my time.
secondary location with someone you don't know. That's bad, okay?
Actually, don't go
Okay.
to a sissy location with someone you do know. That's even worse.
What about a primary location? Is that okay?
that? Might
I
be okay.
mean, yeah, it might be okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
probably all right.
What about a tertiary?
Is that a third location?
Yeah.
No, tertiary. Tertiary is kind of on the fence.
You
I think
sure?
I'm on the fence about this one.
At
Yeah,
that
fair
point,
enough.
it's like, where are we going?
Places.
Places and things?
Places. Yeah.
That's just called going shopping with your parents.
Yay.
Yeah, I think outlet malls are kind of tertiary.
Yeah.
All right, that being said,
Anyways.
all right, let's get on to apparently the anime awards were this weekend. Did anybody know that? I sure didn't.
No.
No.
Nope.
All right. I love that they opened the show with Creepy Nuts playing Bling Bang Bang Born.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you'll understand why I think that's ironic in a moment. So instead of going off the list of all of the stuff here, we're just going to skip right to the things. Anime of the year, Solo Leveling.
Woo!
Well,
I'm
deserved.
okay with that. I'm okay with that in spite of
I
everything.
mean, all the nominations
Mhm.
are fantastic.
Absolutely.
Every nominee deserves to be there. Every nominee.
Mm.
Film of the year winner, Look Back. Again, I hadn't seen it. The only one here that I'd actually seen was Haikyuu: The Dumpster Battle. So I had
And
I had
I
no.
enjoyed that movie too.
It was very good, right?
Yeah.
We should talk about it sometime.
Yeah, we should.
Best original anime went to Ninja Kamui. The only two that I'd seen here, I'd seen a little bit of Metallic Rouge, and Jellyfish Can't Swim at Night was really, really good. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Just the art for Jelly alone was really good.
So good.
And we promise that review will be coming up soon. Best continuing series went to Demon Slayer, the Hashira training arc.
Mm.
kind of not surprised.
Nope.
It's not my personal pick, but I knew it would happen, so it is what it is.
I'm still like vibrating in place. Like, where's the fucking movie? I need to see what happens.
Best new series, Solo Leveling. Okay.
All right.
Best opening sequence. Now, I'm guessing this is just the opening animation. Went to Don Don, which, honestly, even out of the Creepy Nuts songs, it's not the better song. I honestly think Bling Bang Bang Born. I think Bling Bang Bang Born is the better Creepy Nuts song, just in its global reach, its impact. Honestly, people wouldn't be talking about Don Don if Creepy Nuts hadn't made such a splash with Bling Bang Bang Born before. Like, the conversation would not have been there.
I would say if Creepy Nuts hadn't done Bling Bang Bang Born, they absolutely would have been noticed for Otonoke.
I don't know. It just feels like Bling Bang Bang Born was like the more catchy
also,
one. And like
I will say this
really
is specifically opening sequence, not opening song. So
Also
the opening
true.
sequence with Bling Bang Bang Born was beautiful, amazing, very stylized. But with Creepy Nuts, with fucking Don Don, it was more like you got a better idea, better sense for what was happening in this anime.
Gotcha.
You saw
And
the aliens, you got
agree,
all that shit.
I agree the opening stuff was good. I agree the opening was good. I still think Fatale was the better opening out of all of these for Oshinoko Season 2. Like, just
I
the
can agree to
opening
that.
sequence and all that, I really think it was the better one. I think the problem is so many people saw Don Don and voted that. That's what I think the
Probably.
issue might have been. That being said, best ending sequence went to Solo Leveling. Why?
What?
Yeah, I don't.
Honestly-
Keep in mind, this is Solo Leveling Season 1, not 2. That's worse. This was before the meme kicked in. Solo Leveling Season 2, I could see by the meme. I don't know anything about any of the outros except for Oshinoko, Ranma 1/2, and Kaiju number 8. And honestly, if we're talking about just a sequence, I understand why nobody didn't win. But if we're talking about the song, no, nobody is the one that really stuck in my head. The thing
Okay.
here is, I think people are seeing the show and voting for the show. Not necessarily, but maybe. I'm hoping that's the case, but then again, it's one of those things. I only know half of the entrants, so that's on me. Best action, I'm not surprised here, went to Solo Leveling.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
not
think
surprising
that's
at all.
and to be fair, there are at least I think if we Demon Slayer didn't really have a lot of action in the Hashira training arc. Unless
Yeah,
we're
but
talking
that's-
about the
It
explosion
was a
at
training
the end.
arc, so.
If we're talking about the explosion at the end, yes, it deserves to
Oh
be there.
yeah.
I
And
haven't
also
watched part
just
3 of
Michael
1000 Year Blood
Jackson
War, but I
stepping
hear.
in like a boss.
Yeah, also true. Anyway, Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Part 3 I have not yet seen, but everything again deserves to be here. The action in Don was fucking mind-blowing. Kaiju number 8 just oh my god. And Moon, don't do it. Like, I'm trying
do
to be
what?
serious here. Don't there's a time and a place. This is not the place for comedy right now. That's the next section. So with Windbreaker, it is. I asked you not to do it.
But
I
can't help
implored
it.
you not to-
I
yeah,
just
you
broke
can.
wind.
You can help it. You can, in fact, help it.
Nah, man, it just came out. You know, it's one of those that sneak up on you. I can't
It is
help
not.
it. I broke
It is
wind.
not. Shut the fuck up. That series is literally just really good fight choreography in anime form. Best comedy. Honestly, not surprised here, and I think this is a good pick. I mean, and
Yeah.
it's going up against other really powerful
Really
hitters in
good
there.
picks. Yeah.
Yeah, Mashal. The second season of Mashal won. which is kind of surprising. I thought it was going to be Konosuba. I didn't think Delicious in Dungeon had enough comedy in it. But okay, most of the comedy in that series is in the first half. To be fair,
Yeah,
Yes.
I laughed so hard. I enjoyed it so much. I
Mm.
can't wait for the second half.
it's such a good show. Yeah, okay, so the first half is comedy, and the second half is kind of like the drama.
Yay.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Best isekai anime. ReZero.
Konosuba.
No.
Fuck ReZero.
Oh.
It should have been Konosuba.
I personally do
Reject
not
your
like
reality.
ReZero. I gave it an entire first season and could not stand the main character. Rest of the cast was pretty good. Story seemed interesting. It's just I don't like the main character at all. He does not learn from his mistakes. He repeats a lot of needless deaths. It's ridiculous. And also, compared to a lot of the other stuff that I saw in here, still do not think Shangri-La Frontier belongs in this category since it is a gaming anime and not an
Yeah.
isekai.
Yeah, it's not really easy because he can go in and out of it.
Yeah.
If he had been stuck in there, or like kind of like reincarnated into that word, like, oh no, I'm stuck in the game. Like,
Yeah, if you're
as a
reincarnated
character.
into the world of your game, that's different. But like,
yeah,
just being stuck in a video game does not equal isekai. I'm sorry,
Mm.
Sword Art Online is not an isekai. It's a
No.
gaming anime. All right. Honestly, this is the one where I really disagree. Like, I can understand why season 3 of Slime wouldn't get it with like the multiple meeting episodes that left a bad taste in so many people's like mouths. Like, I get it. I didn't see Konosuba season 3 because I don't really get into Konosuba like that, but that's okay. That's just a me thing, and I get that. Suicide Squad Isekai, I don't know. I never saw it, so you couldn't make a statement on that. But I don't see Mushoku Tensei. The second half of season 2 of Mushoku Tensei, I don't see how that did not win. That was so good. Well, okay, I think the problem was too many people gave up on season 2 of Mushoku Tensei in the first. Like, considering what they did on Father's Day, how they dropped that specific episode on Father's Day.
They were planning that from the
They
beginning,
were.
and it was
They
terrible.
were. You bastards. You dropped that episode on Father's Day, you bastards.
Happy Father's Day. He's dead.
You really shouldn't have said anything. Remember, we've got one here who hasn't seen it. And I was at least avoiding that particular thing. That being said, I still think Mushoku Tensei is the winner here. But that's a me thing. All of you ReZero fans, you can have your little brain rot show. Go for it. Best drama. Frieren. Hell yes.
I honestly don't see how that one's a drama.
No, it is dramatic. It is dramatic. It's also a fantasy, but it is a drama as well.
Well, for me, more of
Wh-
my memories are just about like the fucking locations and just some of the stuff that happened. But like, I don't know, just didn't get the feeling of drama
Which,
from that one.
hey, that's good.
That's
'Cause
good.
It's going to tie into it. It's going to tie into another category here shortly.
Yeah. Best drama. I do agree because there was a good heavy amount of drama with just Frieren coming to terms with time. Like, this whole journey has everything to do with the fact that she kind of just didn't give her boy a chance, and before she knew it, he was gone. You know? And that's the drama of this series is kind of the underlying tone of the characters. That also, you can't sit here and say that you don't remember the drama when we got a whole episode where oh god, what's his name? The boy with the axe had to do all of that noble training, and then he took Fern to the ball and had a dance with her, and that was so goddamn cute. Just the drama in that episode for just like, hey, my son that looked like you died, and I need this, and also how the child that is still there is trying his best. Like, there's so much in just that one episode alone that can be categorized as drama.
Okay.
I agree. This series is so. I agree. This series was so. The writing is beyond phenomenal, and I love the characters. You give me good story, you give me good characters, absolutely here for it. Good animation, yes, I'll take that too. But I need the first two. Best romance, Blue Box, baby. We got a winner, boys. We got an absolute banger of a romance. And they tried to make us think it was a sports anime. You silly
Most-
billies.
Most
I've yet to see
flappable
it.
main character.
It's so good. Like you don't realize just how quickly you can relate to a main character until you start checking out Blue Box. Now you can read it or you can watch it. It's over on Netflix. And you can read it on Jump Plus or the Shonen Jump website, however you prefer. It's very good. Hoshi, we were checking this out all the way through last season because I think it ended.
Ooh.
Did it end last season? Yeah.
It did.
Best slice of life. I didn't have a dog in this fight because I didn't know any of them. Went to Makeine. Too many losing heroines. Best
Oh.
animation. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say I really like that one. The
Oh.
English voice actor for the main guy is really nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Best animation. No surprise, it went to Demon Slayer.
That's fair.
I can see it. I absolutely understand. I don't think that this particular arc of Demon Slayer is the best that Ufotable has put out. But you know what? That ending sequence was just bananas. BANANAS. Now, if Demon Slayer were going up against Solo Leveling Season 2, that's a different discussion. But it's Solo Leveling Season 1, so I'll forgive that. However, Frieren, Delicious in Dungeon, Don, Kaiju number 8, once again, everything in this category deserved to be nominated. 100%.
Especially the food from Delicious in Dungeon.
Oh, it was so good.
Dude.
I have not seen food that good in something that was not live action since Final Fantasy 15.
I would
So
love a
painful.
cookbook with like
There is
Modern-
an FF15 cookbook, by the way.
ooh, but for Delicious Dungeon, I would love a like real world equivalent for
Mhm.
like a cookbook, so then I can kind of experience it just a little bit.
Also, forever my heart will go out to Robbie Damon for playing Prompto in 15 in the dub. So yes, I want to ride my chocobo all day. Just the sheer love that comes out of that boy when he talks about chocobos. My heart. You made me put the in the heart. All right, that's how good it was. Okay, here we go onto the category that you two were discussing earlier. Best background art goes to Frieren. Rightly so. The environments in that show were fucking phenomenal.
Indubitably.
Okay. Are you gonna play the keyboard next?
Possibly, if I knew
Yeah.
how to.
I love. Come on over when you come on over. I got my keyboard here. We can do some learnings. But yeah, Don had some pretty cool backgrounds for its cityscape. Delicious in Dungeon, especially. Like, all right, if we took Frieren out, my immediate second place would be Delicious in Dungeon. Look, Demon Slayer, you've won enough. Let somebody else have it. I didn't see Pluto, but Apothecary Diaries has some good background animation too. But yeah, my top two would have been Frieren or Delicious in Dungeon. But yes, no, without question, Frieren and its background art, its landscapes, holy
Yeah.
jeebus.
Well deserved.
Yeah. Best character design went to Don. I was a little surprised by
I think
this.
it's pretty well deserved, honestly. After
I-
having
I'm-
seen Dandadan, like
no hate on Dandadan. I was just kind of surprised. I honestly thought it was going to be Frieren or Delicious in Dungeon.
that
Honestly,
would be fair too.
yeah. The character design for both of those series were so good. But hey, congrats to Dandadan for that. I don't have a lot of stuff in here that I have there's only one that made me angry, and that was ReZero. This year actually went pretty well, I think. Best director went to Keiichiro Saito. By the way, yeah, just a little round of applause for them. Congratulations.
that's what's happening.
Freeman was so well done.
I
Yes,
need
it
to
was.
actually. I need to watch it.
You haven't
Really?
seen Freeman?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've not
man.
seen it.
Hey,
It's really
hey,
good.
Moon, how's it feel to be on the other end of that now?
Eh.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like
I was-
you haven't seen this thing, and it's like really, like
I-
normally it's you that we're saying that to. So how's it feel?
I was
How's it
I was
feel?
gonna watch it with my partner, and they just haven't
You
gotten around to doing it.
Yeah, the two of
Yeah,
you
it
should definitely
happens.
watch it. It's so good.
Best laid plans and stuff.
Okay. Here's the thing. How many tissue boxes do you have?
None.
You need
you
more.
need them. You're gonna need them because every episode is gonna hit you in the feels, hard.
Not every episode.
Every episode.
Most episodes.
Most episodes.
I'm excited.
A large plurality of episodes.
Yes.
Feel better now?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
also in animation that don't let it fool you category. Oh God, what was the animation about the boy that can't talk that wants to become a prince, or that is a prince that can become a king?
Ranking of Kings.
Ranking of Kings. Oh my God, that series will make you cry. The animation looks like something that should go on PBS and be a family-friendly cartoon. Do not let that animation lie to you. That's such a good show. Wait, Moon, have you seen Ranking of Kings?
Nope.
Never seen it.
We should add that to the list.
Yep.
Dude, we should just start making it instead of Moon reacts, Moon and Hoshi react.
I mean, sometimes I could just have a guest to be like, "Here's Hoshi," or whoever
But
else. 'Cause
unfortunately,
there's some stuff
Hoshi,
that Sonic
you
hasn't
say
seen,
you're-
Fenris hasn't seen.
Hoshi, you say you're busy on Wednesdays. But this is
Me.
Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Oh,
when it starts Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern.
it depends on each Wednesday, but I could possibly try to squeeze in.
Yeah, it depends. Well, we
For-
have a poll of voting that goes on, and honestly,
Also, I will say it's from 6, and it starts at 6, and I always go 12 or 13 episodes.
Oh,
so-
you do the whole thing.
Not the whole thing,
necessarily.
depending.
Not- depending.
If it is a
Sometimes it's
12
half.
episode season, then yes. If it is 24 plus, I take it to the halfway point, which is 12 or 13, and then I go from there. And anything that is like over, anything that is around 100 episodes or even close to it, I avoid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On to the next category. Best main character goes to Sung Jinu.
All right.
You would expect that I would like this. I'm just kind of like, huh. Honestly, I kind of. This is my personal ranking. My number one would be Frieren, followed by Mao Mao.
Yeah.
That's
I would have
kinda
actually
where
said
I'm
Mao
at.
Mao followed by Frieren. Now,
See, there
that's
we
not
go,
to put
yeah.
Frieren down,
Yeah,
but I just really like Mao
Mao
Mao's
Mao.
character.
yeah. Like I just think that they're better characters overall, and also Jinu doesn't have the same level of writing that the other two have. Like that really flesh out their characters in such an interesting way. I just like nothing wrong with like solo leveling. It has its place. I just don't think that. I think the criteria for best main character right here was just a popularity contest.
Hmm.
And if we're just talking popularity contest, no, I completely understand Sung Jinu. Absolutely. Best supporting character, Fern. Yeah. I
Hmm.
agree with that.
That's fair.
Even though I
Yeah.
also agree with Senshi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Senshi was such a good supporting character.
And
He
now,
really
hey,
was.
also, this is pretty good timing. It sucks that the Netflix stuff gave you a headache the week before, because you'd be done with Dungeon Meshi right now. But
Yeah.
with the context that you have so far, just seeing all the stuff that Delicious in Dungeon is nominated for, you understand why.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. Also, Himmel.
Also-
Himmel is his name because he's him. He's him. Oh.
Hoshi, I don't know if you knew this, but you know Turbo Granny from Don right? Have you seen Don
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so do you know who voices Turbo Granny in the English dub?
No.
The same voice actress who dubbed over Rita Repulsa.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's hilarious.
Oh, that's
Also-
so cool.
Okay. Also, the other thing that I'm gonna say right now, best supporting character. I'm glad it was Freerun that won, because Don got nominated twice. Stop hogging the category, Don. Let somebody else have a chance.
To be fair,
God.
Freerun got nominated twice as well.
Oh, I know, and I was about to call that out as well, but yeah, sure.
And I
mean-
don't see how Himmel was a good supporting character. He was there for all of
Yeah.
one episode.
He was there for one episode.
Why?
Fern, I absolutely understand. Jinshi, I also understand. Senshi, I also understand. Turbo Granny, no. Seiko, yes.
Yeah, Seiko makes more sense
Himmel,
than Turbo
no.
Granny.
Fern, yes.
But
Must
Turbo
protect,
Granny's just wonderful.
Must protect at all costs went to Anya Forger. Can absolutely understand that. But at the
Mhm.
same time, Senshi being in that category, also understand that.
Okay.
Most definitely, yes.
So-
freeing Beerin being must protect. No. It's the other way around. Freeren's protecting us.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
Okaroon doesn't need protection. He might
Nope.
be a wimpy boy, but
Yeah.
no, he don't need it.
I can understand the elusive samurai and sign of affection stuff, though. That absolutely makes sense. All right, best anime song. This is where I have a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Otonoke, I get it. I get why people did. I still think, okay, first off, The Brave by Yasobi for Freeman was so good.
Mhm.
Was it as catchy as Otonoke? No. And that, but I understand that. Level, I didn't actually like Level. I didn't. Fatal, I think, was amazing. I actually really enjoyed Abyss as the opening for Kaiju number 8. I still, when we're talking about song, Bling Bang Bang Born just hit. And like, dude, it went beyond just like the anime community. It was out there. Otonoke,
Mm.
like I'm not dissing Creepy Nuts. I just, as a song, I think Bling Bang Bang Born was just the superior, not only song, but Creepy Nuts song.
Well, for me, I put
Mhm.
them up on the same levels, but
Okay.
in different ways.
Okay.
So Bling Bang Bang Born has that feeling of, I'm out here, I'm in your face, we doing stuff, we're having a good time. Otonoke slows things down a bit, and it's like, okay, we're taking things a little calmer, things are happening, still a good time, but keep your eyes peeled.
Also,
that make
I'm
sense?
going to point out, yes, I'm also going to point out that the reason I don't have like a strong argument on this is because this season, we didn't have an opening that was literally about a music anime. Like, if you tell me that your boy Kong Ming was put out this season and it did not get put in there, I would have been mad. But, your boy Kong Ming was previous years. And like, if you give me a show that is and I mean, here's the other thing. Do you remember the opening for Jellyfish Can't Swim at Night? Because I don't.
I don't.
Yeah, and that's sad.
I knew it was a good one, I liked it, I wish I could remember it.
Yeah. Best
But
score.
I could rattle these two off like real easy.
Now, best score. Here's where I strong disagree. Solo Leveling had a half score. Like, it was half score and half just like soundtrack. Because soundtrack is mostly singing, whereas score is composing. Now, I know that you have to compose for both, and I get that, but in the overall battle between these different series here, I do not think Solo Leveling is the number one. Again, I think this is more of a
This should have gone to either
popularity.
Freerun or Demon Slayer.
Yeah. Well, I honestly think it could have gone to Don as well. That had a good soundtrack.
Fair?
It had a
It did,
really
yeah.
good score. This is score, not soundtrack. And for anybody thinking those are not the same, they are two different categories. I guarantee you, most soundtracks have music from other artists. Like, that is what a soundtrack is. A score is the actual full composition that you hear throughout the series. Like, the soundtrack for Haikyuu will have the openings and the endings. The score will be all of the instrumental stuff. So primarily, it's the instrumental stuff that is a score. And if we're talking about the score, Solo Leveling is not quite up there with a Freerun or a Demon Slayer or a Don to me personally. I don't know what everybody else thinks, but those are my opinions.
Yeah.
All right. Best voice performance. Aoi Yuki as Mao Mao is the winner for Apothecary Diaries. Number 1, finally, Apothecary Diaries wins something. Number 2, hell yeah, I'm glad it was Mao Mao.
And what's funny is out of all of these, this one's the only Japanese one I've heard.
That's so true. Anything else on here? Okay, good to know. This is going to be our last one, all right? Because we'll be here forever if we try to go through all the foreign language stuff.
Yeah.
But yes, a boy, Alex Lee as Jidoo Sung wins. I am super happy for this for multiple reasons.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple reasons, half of which are just simple things that he, as a fan of the manhwa, made sure that they put back in the anime, which is a big deal for me. Very, very happy about that.
We still have to sit down and watch the English dub.
We do. And
yes,
then
we
have
do.
to sit, and then we have to sit down and have an interview with Alex.
Also,
Oh,
I
it's
still
so good.
love everything he did with that whatever it was, TikTok or whatever.
Oh yeah.
All the various different ways of wakey. No, we're not doing
my
that.
favorite one is like when your actor gets it and jumps in on the meme. So about season 3, and immediately kicks into the ED. Yeah. I love that Alex is such a troll on his social media. It's so good. But those were all the winners for the Anime Awards over on Crunchyroll. What did you guys think? The use of the William Tell overture with Chef's Kiss. Okay. You
In
love
what?
the score from Don to Don? Okay. Ask your sister. She's the one that brought that up.
Did it have the William Tell? Oh yeah, it did. Fuck.
The Shaman King remake. Oh, I need to see that.
Oh, I forgot about that. But yeah, it was
Demon Slayer is
amazing.
okay. It's
Yeah,
in Don
it
to
was.
Don.
It was
Oh
beautiful.
no, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah,
it
I'd
was.
forgotten
Wait,
about
was
it.
it the train?
Yeah.
It was the train. All right.
It
No,
was the
I do.
train.
All right. So, dude.
They're doing the race and shit. It was so good. Yep.
You know what's? You know what? You know why I remember that so strongly? Because I correlated the train William Tell overture thing in the train to the fucking what was it, the Lone Ranger movie with
movie?
Johnny with
Yeah,
Johnny Depp.
because that was
Because that
also a
happened on a
really
train
damn good
too.
use of William Tell.
It was so good.
So
So
good.
good.
And the Lone Ranger, my favorite part about that is there were no cuts. I think there were some cuts in Don to Don, but in William Tell, no, they used the whole piece.
Yeah. All right. That being said, though, guys, that is pretty much it for us. What did you guys think? Do you agree with the winners? Do you disagree? Why not? Based on each series, want to know? Hit us up in the comments. Let us know. And we will be back in a little while with Space Marine 2. Moon and I think Revan are joining me for Space Marine 2. I know the Revan is. Moon, you good? You jumping in
Yep.
with me?
Yep.
And Anybody who wants to co-pilot and just hang out and chat with us in the production server is welcome in too. So
Yeah, it'll be fun.
not to belittle them or anything. I just like I know for sure that those two are showing up. That's what I was getting at. But thank you guys so much. This has been all of us here at Anime Church. We appreciate your support, coming by, hanging out with us, dropping comments live in the chat. Hoshi, I think I'm also going to designate to have you be our official chat reader, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, for future episodes. That way, if there is something that is added to the topics from chat, that gets included when we talk about stuff. That way, it's kind of encouraging. It's kind of more encouraging for you guys to talk back and forth with us about these topics. And we do want to hear what you guys think about all this new stuff. We may be also, we're pretty burnt out on some of these stories that we have to keep covering. But getting your thoughts on it is more of a fresh.
me.
Yeah, please, Nintendo, just stop. Just stop. But we definitely want to hear your thoughts. Let us know, especially on the anime awards winners. Let us know your thoughts, because we're genuinely curious as to what you think on some of these. That being said, this is Anime Church. I'm Richie Roberts, your Minister of Science and Technology.
I am Moonlight Sparks, your Minister of Archaeology. Praise Arceus.
I am Hoshi Nugget, your nun of nuggies.
I am Fenrir Siren, your patron saint of snackos and alcohol.
And we'll see you next Sunday for more Anime Church. And of course, come see us tomorrow as we do some Subnautica roleplay. Take care, and bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.